You don't destroy your life overnight. You do it slowly, quietly, through habits that feel normal. Habits you repeat every single day without thinking. And the dangerous part? Most of them don't feel harmful. They feel comfortable, familiar, even harmless. But over time, they shape your decisions, your mindset, and your future. And if you're not aware of them, they will slowly pull you in the wrong direction. This isn't about obvious mistakes. It's about the small patterns you repeat daily that seem insignificant but have massive long-term consequences. If you've been feeling stuck, unmotivated, or like your life isn't moving forward, there's a good chance these habits are part of the reason. So let's get straight into it. Every time you feel bored, you reach for your phone, you scroll, you watch short videos, you jump from one thing to another. It feels harmless, just a quick break. But it's not just a break, it's training. Your brain starts expecting constant stimulation, fast rewards, easy pleasure. And over time, anything that requires effort starts to feel harder. Work feels boring. Learning feels tiring. Even simple tasks feel like too much. Because your brain is comparing everything to instant dopamine. And real life can't compete with that. So you procrastinate. You delay. You avoid. Not because you're lazy, but because your brain has been conditioned to choose the easiest option. If you don't control your dopamine, it will control your attention, and your attention controls your life. You don't take action. You think. You analyze. You plan. You imagine every possible outcome, every risk, every failure. And by the time you're done thinking, you're exhausted. So you do nothing. Overthinking feels productive. It feels like you're being careful, but most of the time, it's just fear in disguise. Fear of making the wrong decision, fear of failing, fear of being judged. So instead of moving forward, you stay in your head. And while you're thinking, life is moving. Opportunities pass. Time passes. Other people take action. Clarity doesn't come from thinking more. It comes from doing. But overthinking keeps you stuck in a loop where nothing changes. Every day, you see people doing better, earning more, achieving more, living better. And without realizing it, you start measuring your life against theirs. You start thinking you're behind. And that kills your motivation. Because no matter what you do, there's always someone ahead. Someone doing more. Someone moving faster. And if your progress is always compared to others, it will never feel enough. Comparison doesn't motivate you. It drains you. It shifts your focus away from your own path and puts it on someone else's. And when you're constantly looking sideways, you lose direction. Every time something feels hard, you avoid it. Every time something feels uncomfortable, you delay it. You tell yourself you'll do it later. When you feel ready. When you feel motivated. But that moment rarely comes. Growth is uncomfortable. Discipline is uncomfortable. Progress is uncomfortable. And if you avoid discomfort, you avoid growth. So you stay in what's easy, what's familiar, what's safe. And slowly, your life stops moving. The problem is, comfort feels good in the moment, but it costs you in the long run. It keeps you exactly where you are. You start something, then you switch. Then you start something else. You open multiple tabs, multiple tasks, multiple ideas, and you jump between them all. At the end of the day, you feel busy, but nothing is actually finished. That's because focus requires depth. It requires staying on one thing long enough to make progress. But when you constantly switch, your brain never goes deep. It stays shallow. And shallow work leads to shallow results. If you can't focus, you can't build anything meaningful. Because everything valuable requires time and attention. The way you talk to yourself matters more than you think. Every time you say, "I'm not good enough," "I can't do this," or "I always mess things up," you reinforce that belief. And over time, it becomes your identity. You start acting in ways that match that belief. You hesitate. You avoid challenges. You expect failure. And then, when things don't work out, it confirms what you already believed. It becomes a cycle. Your mind listens to you. And if you constantly tell yourself you're not capable, you'll start living like it's true. You tell yourself you'll start later, when things are better, when you have more time, more energy, more clarity. You wait for the perfect moment. But the perfect moment doesn't exist. There will always be a reason to wait, something to fix, something to prepare, something to figure out. So you keep waiting. And while you wait, nothing changes. This is one of the most dangerous habits because it feels reasonable. It feels like you're being smart. But in reality, you're just delaying your life. Progress doesn't start when everything is perfect. It starts when you decide to begin. And here's the truth most people avoid. These habits don't destroy your life instantly. They do it slowly, day by day, choice by choice. One scroll turns into hours. One delay turns into weeks. One missed opportunity turns into regret. And before you realize it, years have passed, and you're still in the same place. Not because you didn't have potential, but because your habits were working against you. The good news is, habits work both ways. The same way small habits can destroy your life, small changes can rebuild it. You don't need to fix everything at once. You don't need a complete reset. You just need awareness. Because once you see the pattern, you can change it. Start small. Reduce distractions. Take action even when you overthink. Focus on your own path. Do the hard things you've been avoiding. Catch yourself when you think negatively. And most importantly, stop waiting. Because your life is not shaped by what you plan to do. It's shaped by what you do consistently, every day. So, the question is not whether these habits are affecting you. It's whether you're going to keep repeating them, or finally change them. Because the direction of your life is built on the habits you choose today.